Okay, we are live. How is everybody doing? Oh boy, wow, I didn't expect that graphic to come up, but good to see everybody back again with another video. Yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I don't know, I was playing with some of these settings, but there we go. We've got Handquake here, getting all live here. Oh boy, I don't know why that's so big here. Hold on. Let's put that over here so I can see it. Okay, there we go. Good to see Handquake, of course. Good to see Carl, William. Yes, hit that like button, people. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. I've had a couple of shots already, so the After Dark show is underway. Too bad you couldn't stay around, but I'll leave it up for a replay as long as it doesn't get too crazy tonight. So don't worry about it. And good to see Christian Angulo. There you go. And then Frank Cobb, bonsoir, good evening. Good to see David Smith here. How are you, my friend? And good to see everybody back in the live stream here. Back again, of course, I haven't done one in a while. So good to see everybody. Now, I just did my video a few days ago on the one you see right here. Of course, this is the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. Okay, and that is the 2022 model. Good to see Roger here. The 2022 model sporting the Ryzen processor. It's got the CPU. It's got a 6000 series CPU. It's got a discrete GPU also from AMD. We'll talk about that in a moment. Good to see Detre as we see people filing in here. Let's see, we've got so far about 28 of you. So do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure this gets spread out over YouTube. Okay, do me that favor. Let me see who else is here I didn't say hello to. But good to see everybody. Couple of things since the last live stream. Again, I released that video I just talked about. I also released a video on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus, which I'm really, really enjoying. I have a full review on that coming in the next day or so, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss that. I'm really enjoying that tablet. If we have some time today, we'll take a look at it as well. And I also showed you what I saw in New York City. Yes, I went to New York City for MWC, despite the fact that it is, or was, I should say, taking place in Barcelona, Spain. I flew into New York. I had a press briefing with Lenovo. Got a chance to see a lot of good stuff. I still have another video, part 2 of that. I should release maybe tomorrow if I can get everything done in terms of the editing. Really liked what I saw. Things that stood out to me, ThinkPad X1 Extreme Gen 5. We'll talk more about that soon. And of course, the other thing, the brand new ThinkPad X13S, which is running the brand new Snapdragon 8CX Gen 3 from Qualcomm. So a lot of stuff on the way, so you don't want to miss it. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Now, as far as the channel is concerned, we just hit 123,000 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody for, I think I hit the laughter button. I want to thank everybody for subscribing, and I hope you are doing all well once again. Now, 123,000 subscribers. My goal for the year, hopefully, will be 150,000. Let's see if we can get it. Good to see Robert once again. Nice to see you, my friend. Yes, I had a good time in New York. It was a little bit cold, but it was worth it because I got a chance to go hands-on with some new stuff from Lenovo. So I'm glad that you're here, Robert. Good to see Charles here, ready for another great review. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on the way, a lot of stuff. Now, few housekeeping measures. There is a poll that I put into the live stream in the chat. So if you want to go to the poll, go ahead and vote. The question of the live stream is, do you want to see more gaming laptops on the channel? And so far, we got 33 votes, and overwhelmingly, the yeses are winning, 88% to 12%. So definitely telling me, so far, I mean, at least you want to see more gaming laptops. And I think this is the start of a lot of them. Brands are starting to reach out to me more and more. I'm especially intrigued by these thin and light gaming laptops like the one you see here. And we'll have another drink in a moment. But the one you see here, of course, is the one we're talking about today. Now, I did a video, and we can go right here. in the video, I go over a few things, of course, on this laptop. Let me skip ahead to the specs, and you can see it here. And let me put myself down there. And let's just pause it for a moment, because what we're looking at here is the AMD Ryzen 6900HS mobile processor. Okay, I'm very impressed with that. And it has the discrete GPU, the AMD Radeon RX 6700S. Now, the most reviewers who received a review unit from Asus, not me, but other reviewers, got the 6800S. What I would say about the 6800S, I think it's the equivalent of an RTX 3070 maybe, or 3080, or somewhere in between, whereas the RX 6700S, the one I have here, that's more of an equivalent to a RTX 3060 from NVIDIA. So for those wondering, that's the difference. Now, $1,649 right now over at Best Buy. There is a link in the description below, and of course, you could always go there. For those that didn't see my video, my unboxing and first look review, head on over to the channel. You can check it out. Now, the key things here, gorgeous 14-inch display. We're going to look at it in a moment. QHD plus resolution, 2560 by 1600. You're looking at 120 hertz display in terms of refresh rate. A 3 millisecond response time has been great. We'll talk more about that. Really nice matte display, and very bright as well. We're going to talk about it as well. And of course, it's got 8 gigabytes soldered on. That's DDR5 with a SODIMM slot with an additional 8. Now, this particular unit, this configuration, the GA402RJ, can go up to 24 gigabytes according to Asus's website. Now, that means 8 is soldered in and 8 is open to the user. So if you could put a 16 gigabyte stick in, you can then get it up to 24. Now, it is running in dual channel mode the way it is right now. There is another SKU that you can get it with 16 soldered in, with 16 that you're able to do, so it'd be 32. So again, dual channels key here, because you want it to be performing the best possible way. And the RAM is the Rank 8 RAM, which is the faster RAM that we'd like to see. And it also has 76 watt hour battery, okay? That is looking really good. And I can tell you right away, I saw on my continuous web surfing test, and I'll talk more about it in my full review, over 12 hours of the continuous web surfing test, where that will translate into real world mixed usage. I would say 7 to 8 hours, maybe a little bit more. It all depends on what you're doing. And that was with the 120 hertz refresh rate selected. Okay, so that means that if you go to 60 hertz, which is a lower refresh rate, you probably can eke out another hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on what you're doing. But if you're going to do gaming on this, don't expect great battery life. And I'm going to go into that into the full review. Maybe a couple of hours at best on battery, but plugged in, you're going to get the most power out of this. You've got the different modes in it. We're going to talk about all of that. Now, that's a 76 watt hour battery. Now, wireless Wi-Fi 6E is performing well so far, Bluetooth 5.2. Now, it does have, according to the specs, this can, with a firmware or some kind of upgrade from Asus, converts the USB-C ports into USB-C 4, from what I understand. Even though it says 3.2 Gen 2 on the page over at Asus, I think with a firmware update, you will be able to have USB-C 4. That's from what I understand. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And then, of course, you have the 720p IR webcam. It's a HD webcam, not a full HD. We'd like to see 1080p. It was decent, not too bad. I've seen worse. Well, the big deal here is, of course, that this is the first time the G14 has a webcam. The previous models did not. So that's where we are on that. And of course, what I've seen so far is excellent performance so far. According to Robert, looks good. I just picked up the Asus ROG 13.4 gaming tablet. Yeah, I've been very interested in getting my hands on that. Hopefully you've been liking it. That's got an i9 RTX 3050, not a bad machine, lots of fun. Like to hear more about it, Robert. That is one that I have had my eye on as well. So glad that you're able to pick that up. Now, as you can see, $1649 over at Best Buy. The one with the better GPU, or a little bit better, the 6800S, that will go for $1899. I don't know if it's available just yet, so we'll see once that is available here in the US. I'll let you know. So if you didn't check out the video, I went through the unboxing. The build quality is excellent. It's a thin and light gaming laptop. I'm very happy with it so far. Now, we can move away from the video for a moment, and I can show you the video here of the display. This is a 60 hertz display, so you're going to get the really smooth scrolling. Of course, I'm sorry, 120 hertz I have it on. Now, out of the box, by the way, it does come with 60 enabled. You have to go into the display settings, advanced display settings, and then change it to 120 to get that really smooth scrolling and everything. And I'm not sure why they did it with 60 out of the box, but that's what we get. We got 31 of you watching right now, so it's good to see everybody. What I've noticed really is that once we do these live streams, people start to filter in as we're doing it, so hopefully we'll get some more people. But if not, don't care. This is the After Dark show. We're having a little bit of vodka, a little bit of fun talking about this laptop here today. All right, so let's take some of your questions. We'll talk more about this laptop as we go on. Don't know what that I just did there, but let me see if I can fix it. And whatever that was, let me just fix that. Okay, not a big deal. All right. Yeah, so this is a matte display, and I can probably put this down here. Let me show you. Yeah, so this is a matte display. So I have a lot of lights here. You will see some glare like there, but again, not bad. So having a matte display certainly reduces the amount of glare and reflections. You can see it there. Actually beautiful, beautiful display. Now, very bright display. I measured, what is it? They're claiming 500 nits. What did I get in the video? I think I measured, we can go there real quick. I could tell you. Wrong video. Let me go to this video. And I measured, and I just want to make sure I give you the right amount here. I was definitely over 500 nits, which was very, very impressive. What did I get? 447. I'm sorry, 447. They claimed 500, but 447. Very bright. You can actually probably tell on this live stream. I've got it cranked up. Yeah, it's all the way up, and I gotta tell you, no complaints whatsoever. Loving this display. And I agree, Federico, it's excellent. What's the max GPU wattage? Also, does it have a glass touchpad? Yeah, the GPU wattage, I don't know if I put it on there. Somebody can tell us right off the bat. The GPU wattage, it's a 6700S. I can look into that. We can definitely let you know before the live stream's over. Yeah, the Absolute is good stuff here. You can see it here. I'm going to take another shot of it. I don't have the shot glasses. I just did a major renovation. Can't find anything. So there you go. So let me, I'm a little bit, I guess, buzzed. We'll see, but why not while we're doing this? Got to take it easy because I'm supposed to see the Batman later. So I won't drive, so don't worry. Okay. So everybody, this is going to 123,000 subscribers. I want to thank everybody. Cheers, and this is for you. I couldn't do it without you. Thank you. Woo! All right. Yes. Woo! That was good. All right. Bottoms up. Yes. All right. This is the After Dark show. If you're joining late, we drink, we curse. I don't care. We're going to have fun. That's it. Let me see. We got almost 40 of you watching, 39. All right. Good to see you, Keith. Federico. All right. 20. Hit that thumbs up if you like getting drunk responsibly. Hit the thumbs up. Okay, people? All right. So, yes. So, matte display, 500 claim nits. I got 447, but nonetheless, matte display, you don't get the glare. And it is absolutely gorgeous, 120 hertz, absolutely gorgeous for the gaming, and I'm looking good so far. And those of you joining us late, I did do my battery test, looking good. And what I'm impressed with this Ryzen processor, these are very efficient processors, and they're getting good battery life. Now, of course, intensive gaming, Don't expect more than an hour to 2 hours, of course, because that's just the way it is. Now, I did mention that it runs hot. It does. I measured up to 96 degrees Celsius, but the good news is maintains good clock speeds, hardly, if any, thermal throttling. So good in that regard. The temperatures on the surface remain pretty cool considering it's ramped up, and I didn't notice the fans. Now, the fans I showed you do get pretty loud under the turbo mode. And when I talk about turbo mode, I can show you here. There's a button on the keyboard here, right here, this button, and I can show you right now. And this brings up the armory crate is what they're calling it, the armory crate. And here you can see the temperature, you can see the speed of the clocks and so forth, CPU usage, the GPU usage. Really helpful, very useful information. So I'm very impressed with it. Matuz, how are you, my friend? Yeah, I have the 6700S version. It's all right, but damn, does it run loud and hot. It's not even the 6800 version. And like I said, it does run hot. You will notice the fans, but the performance has been very good. With a 240 watt power brick, one can expect to generate a lot of heat. Yeah, so the power brick, William, and you can see it here. I can bring it over here. Let me move this plant out of the way for now, okay? And you could see it here, okay? And not too bad. I don't want to unplug it, but not too bad. You can see it there. Pretty portable gaming rig if you want to take it with you on the go. Not too bad. Now, the keyboard, people, loving this keyboard. It's got the RGB backlighting. It's got all that stuff. But the keyboard here, very good tactile feedback. It's nice to type on, about 1.5 millimeters of key travel. And I'm very happy with it. In terms of typing on it, touchpad is a glass precision touchpad. Very responsive. The scrolling has been excellent. The gestures work as you'd expect. Looking good so far. Now, I'm going to pause it here and show you the numbers. This is a PCIe Gen 4 SSD, as I mentioned in the video. Unfortunately, we're not seeing true Gen 4 speeds. We're seeing them halved pretty much, maybe a little bit better than that. So 3615 I got on the read and the 3490 on the sequential write. So excellent speeds nonetheless, so you won't really notice any performance degradation. But just so you know, I've noticed when I did get some Gen 4s in, PCIe Gen 4s, I'm seeing 5,000, 6,000, even 7,000 reads and writes, maybe even a little bit less. But these are not quite up to speed on that. Yeah, so just so you know, doesn't make a big difference. I didn't notice it in terms of the gaming or anything like that. These are fast speeds. If you had Gen 3, this would be fine. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, so just wanted to point that out. So what do you think of why do you think they are slowing and using the, why are they slower than the usual Gen 4? I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure if it has to do with the battery life. I'm not sure power consumption because it's in a thin and light chassis. I'm really not sure. I will reach out to Asus, and I do have a contact there. They didn't send me this, by the way. And thank you, Keith. The GPU is running 105 watts. That's correct. But yes, so I will reach out. I'll find out why they're using slower Gen 4 and not allowing it to go to their potential. Now, it is a Micron SSD. I will give the numbers or the serial number for those that probably want it. But I did look into it a little bit, and I guess it is capable of more. I'm just not sure why they're limiting it for some reason. What about the performance without battery? So I did some... It's a slightly less performance. It's not quite as good plugged in, but I didn't see the big difference when it's not plugged in. I just did a few informal tests earlier. I got about, so if we go to the, and I can show you here, let me go to the pictures here, and I did so this one, let me go here. So that was the, not this. So this is with, I believe this is with the power plugged in. So this is with power plugged in on the Geekbench 9946 and 1599. Okay, and then I got a lower score, and I don't know if I saved it. In fact, I don't know if I saved it. I got in the 8,000s and about 1,400 in the single core. So 8,000, high 8,000s in the multi-core, and then about 1,400. So a little bit degradation, not plugged in, is the bottom line. It's like a light bulb. The higher the wattage, the bulb, the more heat will generate. Absolutely. So I see the poll when I asked you earlier, for those joining us late, do you want to see more gaming laptops on the channel? 84% said yes, 16% said no, and that's with 51 votes in already. So there you go. Good to see Digital Slang here, another great YouTuber. What's up? How are you, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I saw you did some stuff on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and stuff. Really good videos on that. I saw you did the Note. I think you did a throwback to the Note 10 today or something to that effect, and I thought that was really good. So if people didn't check it out, go over to Digital Slang. But once the live stream is over, of course. No offense, Digital Slang. Good to see Steve here. Hi, all. Just got here. Good to see you, Steve. Glad you can join us. Matuz is saying the battery literally evaporates when playing without being plugged in. So I got great battery life doing normal tasks on my continuous web surfing test, and you'll see this. I'll show you the numbers in the full review. I got 12 hours and 2 minutes, I believe, on my continuous web surfing test. So that means, I think, real world, 7 to 8 hours. Mixed usage, you know, doing Microsoft Office, email, web browsing, occasional game maybe. But if you're going to do any hardcore gaming, 1 to 2 hours at most. And that, by the way, was tested with the 120 hertz selected. 60 hertz will probably get you an hour to 2 hours more, depending on what you're doing, just to give you an idea of what to expect. Excuse me. I think a lot of people are interested in this PC. Your first looks review has over 9,000. So it's kind of interesting. So I was kind of expecting a little bit more, to be honest. But 9,000, I'll take it. We had a terrible February. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Channel did terrible. One of the worst Februaries I've had in the history of the channel. So March is looking so much better. The January was not great either. So January, February has not been a good start to 2022. We saw growth, not great growth, but March is looking good so far. People seem to be interested in this laptop. People seem to be interested in the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus that I did. So things are starting to ramp up. People were interested in what I had to say about what I saw in New York City at the Lenovo MWC 2022. Good to see Adam C here. Greetings from Australia. I hope things are going well down under. We've got the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 here. All right. Can it run Dota 2 4K Ultra setting? Well, I didn't. I still got to run Dota 2. So as 4K, I don't know. I think you might be able to, but again, I still need to do that. Performance has been very good. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you, performance has been very good. I'm going to show you gaming numbers in the full review. I'm still in the middle of it. So we'll have to see. Can it take a two-sided SSD? I have no idea. It's a good question. Anybody know that answer? Let us know. I do not know the answer to that. That is a good question. According to Federico, can it get more hours of battery life in low power mode? So let's go to this for a moment. Let's go back here. And if you look to the bottom here, we got silent mode. The fans are pretty silent. It is what it says it is. And runs pretty nice. Of course, you're not going to get the most performance out of it, but you're going to get a pretty silent. And doing things like office work, email, web browsing, it's great on silent mode. I had no problem. You're moving over to performance mode. The fans will be kicking in a little bit more. Will ramp up a little bit more, but a little bit more intermittently. It won't be as bad as the turbo mode. The turbo mode, they seem to be constantly running. And I would run the turbo mode if you want to get the most playable frame rates when you're gaming and so forth. And there you go. I would say more 440p. Yeah, I would agree with Matuz on that. As far as 4K, it's a little bit demanding, especially thin and light here. We've got to deal with the cooling issues and so forth. 1440p is a little bit better, I would say. Again, I'll have more to say on it in the full review. As far as, again, the different modes, you can control all of that. And the Armory Crate application here, you can see it here. And I could say it's a really nice piece of software here. And it gives you a lot of very useful information, as you see here. Now, I will talk more about this, Matuz, disabling the, using the RDNA 2 integrated, and I still have to do that. That's the one thing that is on my agenda that I do have planned on that. So I will have that in the full review, so stay tuned on that. From other reviewers, I saw very impressive stuff when you compare it to other integrated solutions. For example, Iris XE that we've seen, which have been impressive in their own right. This is looking even better. And the other thing I'm really interested in telling you about is the efficiency of this. I've been so impressed with how efficient it's been so far. That's what's really getting me really excited about this as well. So a lot of good stuff here. So far, so good. Aki Rinaldi, again, we're going to try to find out if it is two-sided. If it can take two-sided, I don't know. Now, it does have a muck switch. Yes, it does. We have to restart it to enable that, and that should eke out a little bit more performance. I still have to do more testing on that. Again, there's so much to test on this laptop, but my takeaway with a couple of days in here, about 3, 4, 5 days or whatever it's been pretty good. Battery life is good depending on what you're doing. Everyday task has been excellent. On my continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi at 150 nits, I got 12 hours and 2 minutes for a gaming laptop. That is amazing. Now, doing real-world mixed usage, I would expect 7 to 8 hours. And again, I tested it with 120 hertz enabled. You bump it down to 60 hertz refresh rate, you're probably looking at another hour to 2 hours, depending on what you're doing. So Vikings, I didn't review the G14 2021 version. I did research on it, and I did see what the differences are. This is a nice change over the 2021 in a few different ways. One of the things, of course, is the fact that it does have a webcam finally. Whether that's something you want or not, of course, that's a personal preference. But I think the performance differences are pretty good. I think the screen is better this year. We have a QHD plus display, matte display, 120 hertz. I like the price. Now, $1,650 for this, I think, is definitely worth it. Although people are complaining that it is more expensive this year. But then again, I think you're getting a better laptop in general. Again, I didn't review the 2021. I'm not saying I did, but I did research it. And from what I understand, based on other reviewers, based on the research, the articles I've read, this is a better laptop. And my experience so far has been very good with it. So hopefully that helps. Why is this not available in Best Buy? Well, I don't know. Actually, it is available in Best Buy. Strike that. Why is it not available on Amazon? You have to ask Amazon, why are they not carrying this? Why is Asus not putting it there? Maybe it's just availability. It eventually will be there. I don't know. But you can get it at Best Buy. Again, if those interested, it is an affiliate link. I will get a small kickback. But if you do go through my link, it certainly helps out the channel. Speaking of which, super chats, super stickers, memberships, those are all available to you to help support the channel. Anything helps, of course. After that February we've had, it's been terrible, but looking good so far in March, okay? So there we go. Now, for those joining us late, the channel just surpassed 123,000 subscribers, which, you know, I still have to pinch myself because it's a pretty amazing accomplishment. My goal this year, of course, is to try to get to 150,000. Hopefully we can do it. It's got off to a slow start this year. I think we're waiting for the different processors to come in. I think we're waiting for more of these Ryzens, more of the Alder Lake 12th gen Intel. So there you can see. How about the flex of the screen? Well, very little flex, actually. These are very good hinges. And by the way, you can see it here. Not bad. But of course, with any laptop, you get a little bit of flex, but it's pretty good. And what I love about it, you can go 180 degrees flat, as you see here. So you could always put it into the more proper viewing angles, or better viewing angles, I should say, for your preferences and so forth. So Funky Chimps is subscribed. All right. Good to have you aboard, my friend. Again, for those who are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Helps get this spread out over YouTube. So when will we see the Alder Lake HP Spectre X360 come out? I don't know. I think later this year. We just got finally the 11th gen that we just got in, but we didn't get the Alder Lake yet. So, you know, let them probably, let's see what get to run its course as far as the last gen. So we'll see how the new one comes. Again, I have no information. Of course, you never know. They can release it at any point. 6800S worth the 250 increase. Go over to Matthew Moniz. I think he's reviewed it. Go over to Jared's Tech. He's doing some really extensive stuff with the 6800S version of this. That can give you some idea. And then when you do that, come back to my channel. I'll give you all the numbers on the 6700S, which is what I have here. No heat issues day to day. Thermals are really good. Basic tasks, web browsing, watching movies. You know, I don't hear the fans hardly any. You can put it in the silent mode. It's fine. You got a lot of user control. As far as the surface temperatures, I didn't find them getting overly hot, even gaming. And I'll show you more very soon. Can you put the camera and microphone? Can you put the camera and microphone sound? Microphone I showed you in the video. Go to the video, check it out. Let's take a look at the camera real quick. So let me bring it up first. Now, this is the first version of this laptop to have a camera, and here it is, 720p. And by the way, for a 720p webcam, it is definitely not bad. You can see it here. Not bad at all. Now, we've been seeing 1080p webcams. This is certainly acceptable. I've seen my share of really crap, shitty webcams. This is not one of them. So the one thing I do want to give thumbs up to Asus and give them props for A, putting in a webcam that they needed to do, and B, although it's not 1080p, they put a decent 720p webcam in. Not bad at all. I agree, Robert. So there you have it, okay? Let me know what you think. If you want an idea of the microphones, which I didn't think were bad either, go over to my first look video. Of course, I give a very extensive look at it, and you can get an idea of it. Really good for 720p, and I agree, Federico. This is definitely better than your run-of-the-mill 720p garbage potato cams we saw last year. You want to sell your MacBook Pro 13? Okay. I'm very impressed with this. So, you know, I'm sold on this. I like it. The numbers look good. I think for a thin and light gaming laptop, I think you're getting a lot here for the money. Now, $1,600 is nothing to sneeze at. $1,650 plus tax over $1,700 is nothing to sneeze at. But I think for the fact that you can use this as your everyday laptop, you can game on this. It's not limiting you too much, really. You could pretty much play any game you want to play on this, within reason, of course. And then you can use this, and it doesn't look terrible either. And I love this white finish on it, and you can see it here. And it almost has like an iridescent look. You can sort of see it there. Nice pattern on here. Now, I don't have the version that has the animation on the lid, but that adds another few millimeters to the lid, a little bit more thickness. But this is a clean-looking laptop and not too bad in terms of weight and size. I give you all the numbers, of course, in that video. So if you have any other questions on that, you can take it with you. I've thrown it in my bag. I've taken it with me. It doesn't look over the top like some of the other gaming laptops. This is understated, clean looking, and very, very capable. That's what I like about it. Yeah, I agree, Robert. Asus has pretty good products. I just gave right at 2G for the new tablet. And I think Asus is creating a lot of great stuff. Hopefully, I should be getting more stuff. I spoke to my contact. This, by the way, people, I had to go out of pocket for this. It cost me over $1,700 and change with tax here in Nevada. $1,650 is what it's going for. So, yeah, it definitely does look clean. Definitely does look clean. So, Revolt is saying there's not a single laptop with a perfect specs. Why? I just need 13-inch, 16 to 10, 1600p display with 100% accuracy. This panel somehow, nobody makes it, but it would make the most sense. Well, you never know. This is what we have. And then, by the way, this panel is really good. This panel is excellent, actually. I showed you the numbers. 447 nits of brightness, which is great, especially as a matte display. You don't see the glare reflections. It's perfect for gaming. And I love the fact it's 120 hertz, 3 millisecond response time, has been good so far. Okay. We got 51 of you watching. All right. I remember last year when backlit was low on the white keyboard, the same problem. It's not that it's low. It's just hard to see white keys against the backlight. Let me see if you can sort of see it here. It's hard to see it. Let me zoom in. Hold on. And I'll see if we can maybe bump up the brightness. So you can a little bit see it better here. You can sort of see it there. Yeah, see? It probably could stand to be a little bit brighter. Let me see if I could change that. So this is with the brightness all the way up. So you can get an idea. I got to say, the white against white is the issue. And we've had that on other laptops. Great keyboard, by the way. And I love the dedicated volume up and down over here. I like the mute button here for the microphone. And then, of course, you have that button that brings up the Armory crate. Love that dedicated buttons for that. Nice. The power button's right over here. By the way, the speakers on this actually are better than I initially thought. I've been playing with some settings. They're actually pretty good, the speakers on this. There are 4 speakers on this. It's actually pretty good. I talked about it earlier, binary, and you'll see more in my full review, but I did get 12 hours and 2 minutes on my continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi at 150 nits. What does that mean? Well, I think in real-world mixed uses, 7 to 8 hours you can expect with this, which is a pretty efficient for these Ryzen processors. And then I would see about an hour to 2 hours of gaming. That's about it on battery. You'd probably want to plug in, obviously, if you're going to do extended sessions of gaming, of course. 2 hours max, I agree with Revolt on that. But I would say mixed use, if you're on the silent mode and stuff like that, you're going to get 7 to 8 hours. And that's with the 120 hertz refresh rate. So it really depends on what you're doing. If you're planning to do hardcore gaming, 1 to 2 hours. That's all you're going to get. Yeah, no problem. You can just do the math. Yeah. So far, Robert's still using his Asus ZenBook 14 as his daily driver. So I'm glad you really like that. Around 2 years old, no issues. And great laptop. I reviewed it. I liked it as well. I thought it was very good. I'm a big fan of Asus. I think they make a lot of good stuff. And this thin and light gaming laptop really is a big one for me as far as a game changer, because I think people can use this as their daily driver, but it gives you so much more if you want to game. It's a great media consumption device. The display is excellent. It's been really good. Off topic, will there be a gaming handheld from Asus, something like the One X or the Aya Neo that they are already doing gaming phones? I don't know. That's a good question. I saw that we had the Steam Deck or whatever they're calling it, the one that like the Switch that they have right now. That's been pretty interesting. Who knows? I think Razer's doing one, and of course, we'd like to see that, right? So that is a good question, Funky Chimp Z. I'd like to see one myself. All right, so we've got 61 of you watching. All right, now, the XPS, according to Keith, the XPS had the same problem. White LED on white keyboards. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's hard to see the contrast. It's not that it's not bright enough. It's just hard to see the contrast. That's just that's a trade-off we get for a white laptop. Now, they do have another color. It's a dark gray, which looks good on paper. But this white is absolutely gorgeous, clean looking, really, really like it. Oh my God. Okay. We're going to have to take a drink for this, but Robert just with a $200 super chat for the liquor cabinet fund. Wow. Wow. And this is for you, Robert. This is going to be a good one here. We're going to make it a double. I won't be able to walk out of this studio, but this is for Robert, everybody. Let's get this all set up here. And big salute for my man, Robert. Good to see you, my friend. Next time if you're ever in New York, I don't know if you're in New York, but we'll definitely get together. Everybody, give it up for Robert with a $200 super chat. Wow. And that made the month. But all kidding aside, Robert's been a great supporter of the channel for the last few years. I mean, this guy's amazing. So, Robert, if you're ever in Vegas, you know where to find me. Look me up. We'll hang out. And that goes for everybody, whoever is in Vegas. So if you ever come to Vegas, or if I'm in New York, because I've been going there more than I have been staying here, actually, to attend these press briefings. But yeah, that's been great. That's the CEO right there. You got it, my friend. Keith Benjamin likes what we saw there. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm speechless. So I'm glad Robert's able to join us today. And we got a $20 super chat. Wow. Now, Robert, what did you start, Robert? Charles W. with another $20 super chat. I appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, Digital Slang. Isn't that awesome? This guy's amazing. And by the way, Digital Slang, next time I'm in the New York area, New Jersey area, I will try to link. We got to link up, man. We got to link up. Yeah, Vegas is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, anytime, man. Oh no. If you send it, I'll review it, but I don't, that would be more than that'd be amazing, actually. Keep up, everyone. Yeah, that's been great. Yeah, so $20 super chat from Charles. We got a beautiful $200 super chat from Robert. It's been amazing so far, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. You're an hour from the city. Yeah, I was there 2 weeks ago to be with Lenovo, but it was a quick trip in and out. It was freezing cold, but next time we'll plan something. Sorry about the out of topic, but is there any news on the new XPS 17? I was about to reach out to Dell about this because it should be about that time, right? I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm itching to see what the new version will have. Now, I did check out, for those that don't know this, I did go to New York end of December, or in December, I should say, prior to CES, and got some hands-on time with the Dell XPS 13 9320, which is the Plus, the Dell XPS Plus, 13 Plus. Yeah, no problem, man. For sure. If you send it, I'll review it. And then, of course, I got a chance to check that out, and that was an interesting design. That one will get into the studio before the 15 and the 17. No, I don't need to keep it. I don't need to keep it. You'll get it back, but I will review it if you do send it, because I'm interested in that one. I'm avoiding the question. Makes me believe you know something we don't know. Ha ha ha. I can only tell you stuff. I'm not under embargo. So let's just leave it at that for now. Okay. Fan noise on performance mode. So I showed you Farah City. Go to my video, 56. I got about 55, 56 in the gaming, by the way, decibels. That should give you an idea. It's pretty loud. It's pretty loud. But that's in the turbo mode. If you go to performance mode, which is a step down, not as bad. Silent mode is virtually silent. It really hardly comes on, and it's pretty intermittent with performance. But if you go to the turbo, pretty constant, just so you know. But about 55 to 56, all ramped up, okay? And by the way, 16 to 10 displays to me, and I'm a little bit drunk, I think. 16 to 10 displays to me are the way to go. Thank you to the Robert. Thank you to the vodka. That's the way to go. 16 to 10. I'm over the 16 to 9. And I'm a little bit disappointed that Samsung, who just announced the Galaxy Book Pro 360, second version of Book 2, whatever they're calling it, 16 to 9, really? And I think their business one is a 14-inch. Now, is that 16 to 10? I'm not sure about that. But 13.3-inch, 15.6 are old hat, in my opinion. I'm not happy about this. So I will get one into review, or maybe a couple of them into review, but just so you know. I don't have the Animatrix version. I have the regular version, which is a little bit thinner in terms of a few millimeters. I think the Animatrix does add a couple of millimeters. Not a big deal. But I'm loving this pattern on it. It's a little bit of, you can get a little bit iridescent depending on the lighting. Really, really nice. Really nice. All right. Drink more. You will say more about the new Microsoft display. MSI or MS Microsoft displays. I better, not drink, because if I do that, if I keep drinking, then I'm going to have some issues, legal issues. So I got to be careful. I'm worried about the lower refresh rate, which makes games unplayable now that I'm used to 144. A little frustrated they didn't keep up with the 144. I think it's because of the 2.5K higher res display. I had no issues, but again, I didn't play the last version, with that display from last year. But I can tell you this is a great display. 447 nits of brightness, 120 hertz is perfectly fine for me. 144 is, a little bit better, but with a higher resolution, you can do 1440p gaming on this. You can do the 3 millisecond response time has been pretty good. I have had no issues, to be honest with you. I had no issues. All right. According to Brad H., he has the original G14. It looks like time to upgrade. Yeah. And by the way, for those that are interested, I have a link to the Best Buy. If you want to help out the channel, if you are thinking of getting it, why not go through that link? It helps me out, gives me a little bit of a kickback, helps support the channel. No obligation, of course, and you can always buy it wherever you want, of course, but I would appreciate it. Now, 16:9 is not too bad if you use your taskbar on the left like I do. So 16:9, to me, I've got used to 16:10. A lot of the Lenovo stuff that I do, they've moved pretty much, for the most part, 16:10, based on what I saw this year at MWC and so forth. So you're going to get all the 16:10 stuff. 16:9 is great, consuming media that is optimized for 16:9, no black bars, top of the bottom. But gaming, I've gotten used to even with 16:10 now, and this is what we have on this one. It's a beautiful display. Love the fact that you can put it 180 degrees, as you see here. You can see it there in the background. I have it all kind of zoomed in, but yeah, I mean, it's really nice. I mean, this is a laptop that I think is a good general purpose laptop. It can serve a multi-functions. So you don't need to buy multiple devices. I think this is one laptop that can serve your needs. And again, with an update through firmware or what have you, they're going to update these to Gen 4, USB-C 4. USB-C 4, this USB-C right now is 3.2 Gen 2. The one right over here, and you can't see it on this angle, but that would be great as well, because you don't have Thunderbolt on this. And I think USB 4 will give you a lot of that functionality. So that's definitely what I mean. Microsoft laptops, yeah. So I have a love-hate relationship with Microsoft when regards, they keep telling me they're sending me stuff and they never do. So that may tell you everything. Hey, can you try a specific software? I can, but we can only limited amount of time, but let me know what it is. I may be able to put it into a video. We'll see. 3-2 is one of my favorites as well. I agree. Which we see on the Surface devices. 16:10 is the best. I think it's the best of both worlds. I think it's the nice mix between the two, between productivity, gaming, media consumption. I think it definitely can do the job for everything. It's a pretty much a jack of all trades type of aspect ratios. Really, finally, a real iPad mini competitor with the Lenovo Y700 came out, because you can use Instagram on iPad, which is still so whack. Yeah, Revolt, I'm hoping to get something from Lenovo. I did speak with them when I was in New York. A lot of exciting stuff coming. Stuff I can't do it. Shave my hairy arms. Maybe your mother can help me do that, because I know your mother has told me, Jan Zeb, that she likes to do that. So give it up for this clown. Who's a big effing fucking clown, because his mother is a piece of shit like him. Anyway, getting back to and that douchebag is gone. Anyway, definitely will donate. I'm sure it will come in handy when I move our users from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Yes, making them feel more at home. All right, sounds good, Dan. If you could design any laptop with any spec, what would you do? Well, that's a loaded question. I'd max it out to everything. Have the biggest battery, the nicest display, UHD plus. I'd have it at least 120 hertz. OLED, which is one of my favorites. And I would just ramp it up. Unfortunately, of course, we got thermal considerations and so forth, so you have to do that. So you're looking for VJs. I am the last person to know anything about that. You're looking for work, using it for work. VJ software. It's called Resume Arena. Yeah, I'll check something out. See if I can maybe look into that for you. But again, I'm probably the last person that knows anything about that software. Yeah. Yeah. Are you laughing at that douche? God, yeah, he's gone. Demonetized. No, but Robert already gave a big super chat, and so did Charles. 3-2. I agree. I like 3-2. You know, I'm a big fan of the Surface devices and so forth. Like 16-10, William. Not so much 16-9 anymore. You know, that's just the way it is. Yeah, 3-2. Yeah. In fact, I used it on the last Snapdragon device I had. I took it to New York, actually. The HP Elite Folio that I've been using more and more, surprisingly. I'm getting ready for that new ThinkPad X13S that runs the Snapdragon 8CX Gen 3. And by the way, I got a chance to use that a little bit when I was in New York. The battery life on that is going to be phenomenal. And my inside source at Lenovo told me, you know, they're saying 28 hours, and that's with the video playback. Forget about that. He told me real world, they've been using it, has been amazing. And I don't want to say more than that, but I'm looking forward to the performance bump over 8CX Gen 2. That's going to be really good. So if you didn't see my video, go over to my channel once the live stream is done. Go over to check out what I saw at MWC in New York City. You're going to love what I saw, especially that new ThinkPad X13S running that Snapdragon 8CX Gen 3. My guy is lit. Wahaha. That clown, man. First of all, he's banned. I just banned him. He's fucking gone. So there you go. And by the way, the After Dark show, we drink and we curse. And that's the benefit of the After Dark. All right. Do you play poker? No, I don't. But I do have a friend who is a professional poker player, actually. So what do you wish was OLED touch? Are you talking about this laptop, OLED touch? Not for gaming, at least not yet. But again, this is a 16-10. This one is a 16-10. 120 hertz refresh rate, 3 millisecond response time. This vodka, by the way, is definitely kicking in. Where's the Grey Goose? Upstairs. Listen, we're in a major renovation here still. It started in November, and now we're in March. I was lucky to find this. Okay, this is the Pear Absolute. I do prefer the Grey Goose. Well, maybe it depends. Now, I did see the T16, by the way. Gen 1, so they moved away from the T15. They're now the T16. That is looking really good, although I'm a little bit concerned that there won't be upgradable RAM on that. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Digital Slang. Drinking whiskey as we are going along. Let me take another shot of the vodka. So this is for everybody tonight. As I already had to ban somebody, got the boot. I'm going to have to take it easy because I'm supposed to see the Batman tonight, later on tonight. So anybody see the movie? Let me know how. Well, don't spoil it, but let us know what you think. Cheers to everybody. Digital Slang, to Robert, to everybody. Cheers. Couldn't find my shot glasses either, so I had to use a regular glass. That's why. All right. I couldn't do it day in and day out being at the Aria and the casinos from 1 a.m. to 10 taking drunk people's money. So you like to come to Vegas and play some poker. This is the town to do it if you're going to do it, man. But I'm not a big gambler. I think if you live in this town, you got to, it really is not a place for if you have a problem gambling. Not to say anybody here does, but I I used to play occasionally, but I don't really, not much, to be honest. I go to the shows. I go to the Strip to the shows, to go to the nice restaurants and so forth. But gambling is not my thing. Occasionally, I'll play some blackjack, but I don't really hit the slot machines too much. But that's just me. Revolt just hit some Lipton green tea, and he is the badass. That is correct, my friend. You're the badass. All right. So you're smoking alternative cigarette. The vodka's working, people. We got to do this more often. Yeah, the food is pretty awesome, actually. The food is pretty awesome. Revolt, who is smoking? So who is smoking that? Yeah, that's Keith. You're smoking that wacky tobacco, right? The food in Vegas is awesome. There are some great restaurants. A lot of the same restaurants from New York have come to Vegas, actually. And some of the best restaurants I've actually been to, and I'm from New York, I've been all around the world. Some of the best restaurants are here in Vegas. They are really good. Food is fantastic here. A lot of entertainment. It's a great town. One of my favorite cities in the world. It's my favorite place to live, and I've lived in a few different places throughout my years. This reminds me of the Amazon Warrior. If anybody gets this, you're a legend. Is that with Flossie Carter? That has to be Flossie Carter. Floss, ladies. Keith Benjamin, do you watch HCL Live? I have a business trip planned at the end of September in Vegas. We need to meet up and have a drink. Absolutely. Let me know when you come. End of September, I'll be here, God willing. So, yeah, absolutely. We'll have you. Maybe you want to come to the studio, and you're gonna get a tour here of my new, fully renovated studio and hopefully house. But yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely get together. Hey, what would you pick? 2021 G15 with RTX 3070 or 2022 G14 with 6800S. So I didn't check out the 2021 G15, but I know there are a lot of videos out there. And I think Dave Lee, Dave 2D, did the video today on the M16 and the new G15. So if you didn't check that out, go check him out. But I don't know. That's a good question. I only have the one I have here, and I'm still in the evaluation period, but I am leaning towards a recommend for this, by the way. All right, for those that are wondering, on the chat, we have a poll asking if you want to see more gaming laptops on the channel, and we have 150 votes, which is a nice round number. 88% said yes, and 12% said no. So a lot of you do want to see it, and there you go. All right. So Dan M is asking, is the G14's fan silent on browsing, YouTube streaming? Yeah, you know, if you're in the silent mode, perfect for browsing, you don't hear the fans. On performance mode, which is the middle one on this one, you will notice them intermittently depending on what's needed. And then if you go to the turbo mode, that's the one that that will have the fans pretty constant. Why am I using USB-C for HDMI input? Because I'm using an A10 Mini. This is connected. I have 4 inputs that are using cameras. 1, 2, 3, which is the top down, and 4. And then I have the 5, which is the connection to the actual laptop itself. Okay? So that's why I'm using HDMI. So otherwise, I would be using USB-C probably, but the fact that it does have an HDMI port, it's HDMI 2.0B, by the way. I'm connecting it to my A10 Mini, and I'm going to see if you can see it here. I don't know if you can. It's right here. Actually, you can see it, sort of. It's right here. So that is why I'm using it, okay? I meant press yes, but accidentally pressed no. No problem, Peter. You might be one of the few that said no, but I think the overwhelming majority of here is obviously saying they want to see more gaming laptops. No problem. So according to Revolt, telling Keith for the Spectre X360 with the full HP writing, as it's a collab between Microsoft and HP, it has a 100% accuracy, 100% accurate display. This vodka's gotten to me. And one of the first with the real pressure-sensitive displays and top. Yeah, big fan of it. I did my review of it, the most recent version with the OLED, with the RTX 3050. check it out. It's on my channel, people, for those that are interested. Am I still using my MacBook Pro 16? I am. You can see it here. 2019 MacBook Pro still going strong. I tried to move over to the new M1 Pro or the M1 Max. Too many incompatibilities with some of the plugins I use for Final Cut Pro. So not worth spending $3,000+ if I can't get the job done. So there you go. We've gone live here for a little bit over an hour. We have 76 of you watching. All right, just so you know, hit that thumbs up, hit the like button, people. Get spread out over YouTube. I've already had a few shots. We've had some great super chats, some great contributions from everybody. This has been one hell of a live stream. Of course, once I look at the replay tomorrow and know what the hell was I doing drinking on the live stream, you know what I'm talking about. Does the G14 have the media function keys for play, pause, next, previous song? If not, can you remap the function keys? That's a good question. I'm not sure, but let's take a look. Here's the keyboard layout. And you can see it here, zoomed in. So you have dedicated, obviously, the volume up and down, the mute to the microphone, and then, of course, the Armory Crate app that shows you all that information as I showed you before. Now, as far as media keys, I don't see media keys on here, and I don't know if you can repurpose some other keys here, but you have page up, page down. Pretty nice tactile feedback on this. You can control the fans over here or control the different modes with the F5. But I don't know if you can control the play, pause, stuff like that without remapping it. I don't know. But that's the keyboard as we know it. So not natively, you can always do that, but not natively. Hold on one second. Not in the BIOS, so the switching between hotkey and function key mode, that might answer your question. Robert, thank you so much for the very generous super chat. I'll speak to you soon. Let me know about that device if you want me to review it. That is something I'm interested in, so let me know. But great to have you, and thank you so much for your support once again. Everybody give it up for Robert once again here on the channel. Battery life on the 2021 NV15 versus the 2022 G14 6800S, which is better? Well, these are different types of devices, I think. One's a gaming laptop, and the other one is a more general purpose laptop, convertible on that. Although you're talking about the NV, so that's the 15-inch. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. I'm thinking of the convertible. I'd have to think about it as far as which is better for battery. I'd have to go back and look at that NV15. But my guess is I like the efficiency of these new Ryzen processors, 6000 series. Really, really good. Yeah, I agree. Big shout out to Robert. I agree on that. Absolutely. Robert the legend. Yeah, I made my month. It was February, by the way, people, was so bad on this channel. One of the worst Februarys I've had. And I would say it can only get better. That's all I can say. Not terrible. We still grew. By the way, today we hit over 123,000 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody for their support, watching, subscribing, and of course, contributing through these live streams, comments, questions, and so forth. It's been great. According to Peter and Win, is the 6700S actually faster than the RTX 3060 of the G14 from last year, or is this due to the new MUX switch? It's a more efficient, from what I understand. Again, I didn't review that particular unit, but I have a lot of experience with 3060s. 6700S so far is more efficient, and the fact that it has the MUX switch definitely gives you a little bit more performance. So I'll talk more about that in the full review. So faster than the 3060, a little bit, I think, of what I'm seeing so far. Yeah. Congratulations on any growth is a win. Yeah. Considering how bad January and February has been, Slang, this has been terrible. I mean, I had a terrible February. And I think one of the contributing factors to that is the fact that we're sort of waiting for these laptops. Finally, I got this one in, but we're waiting for these laptops with the 6000 series Ryzen's, 12th gen Alder Lake to start coming in on a consistent basis. And there you go. What time is the movie? Not till 9 o'clock Pacific time. So we're pretty good. It's only 5:06 right now. Thanks for reminding me, because this vodka here definitely is having an effect on the live stream. That's for sure. We should do it more often, of course. Yeah, but I think any growth is a win. I agree. Digital Slang, you know that. But hopefully we'll start to see things ramp up here. My goal is to get to 150,000 by the end of the year. I don't know if we'll get there, but we'll try, right? That's all we can do. Put our best effort forward. Hey, Andrew, is this your full-time gig? No, it is not. But I would say it's 50-50. I put about 50% time on this and 50% time on my quote-unquote day job. So there. Yes, this is live. This is live. I like the live. Yeah. Not everybody likes the live. I can be honest with you. Some people like it. Some people don't. It's just a matter of whether you like it or not. That's, I like it. I love doing it. Great way to interact with the audience. Part of the problem with your number of views is what is going on in the world today. Probably you're right, William. I think there's a few factors that play into that. Obviously, the war between Russia and Ukraine is definitely going to play a part in that. People are preoccupied. But I think it also has to do with the fact that a lot of these devices are not readily available. A lot of people are sick and tired of paying big money for these high-end ticket products. When you go to the gas pump right now, you're paying $6 a gallon or whatever it is, although I have an electric car, so I don't know. I think that all plays a part of it. And I think tech is taking a second seat to some of the stuff that is going on in world events. Yeah, live streaming is great. I love it. Not everybody loves watching them, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if they hate me. I don't know what it is. But the good news is we've grown, right? We hit 123,000 subscribers. So it's looking good. I make money. It's not like we don't make money on this channel. It's not my full-time job. But like I said, I consider this equal as far as my daytime job, as far as that's concerned. So I get very little rest. I get very little time for myself, which is not good. But I love doing this. So it's definitely worth it to me. And I love being able to bring you these videos, to be able to review this stuff. I'm in a very fortunate position that companies send me this stuff, and I'm loving that. Your live streams are very informative, fun, and I'm glad you like it, William. You're a big contributor, big part of how I'm able to do this, so I really appreciate that. You should do lives on the same day and time. I was getting used to the Sunday shows. The problem with the Sunday shows was I was running into the football crowd. People were watching football, including myself. And the problem with the Sunday shows, I'm tired. By the end of the week, it's hard to get up and do this because this takes at least an hour for me to get ready for this. I got to get all the cameras ready. I got to make sure everything is set up properly. The device that I'm going to talk about is ready. It's a lot of prep work to get what you see here now. And even that's not perfect. So Slang enjoys doing lives more than he does making videos. The interaction is so much fun. I agree. It's a lot of fun. I love making the videos too. I love making live streams as well. So I think we're in the same boat there. Although I do like these live streams, like you said, it is a great way to interact. We all love you, man. Live streams even better. Great. All right, man. I like you. I'm glad you said that, Keith. Sometimes I have to question myself. I had a comment the other day, and it was on this video on the Asus ZenBook, the G14, and the ZenBook, the Zephyrus rather. Person said, why do I continue to make videos if my views are so low? And how can I afford to do this? And I'm like, I was taken aback because I usually don't read these stupid comments and so forth. And so I started thinking about it, and I started thinking to myself, wait a minute, 9,000 views is in like 4 or 5 days is pretty good, number one. And number two, I'm not known as a gaming channel. The fact I'm able to get that kind of views is actually pretty good. So I look at it from a positive standpoint, the glass is half full kind of viewpoint rather than the glass is half empty. And I could also say, wait a minute, why am I not getting the views? What's wrong? Is it me? Is this format not working? But if it wasn't working, I wouldn't be growing. It's just not growing as fast as I was, say, a couple of years ago or even last year. But I think it has a lot to do with what's going on in the world. And again, it's just a natural progression on how you grow in a channel. We hit 123 today, 123,000, which is obviously a lot of people. And by the way, subscriber count is meaningless, really, in the grand scheme of things. It's watch time, it's views. And how many brand deals am I getting? Am I making AdSense money? And that all comes into play on whether this is working. And the truth of the matter is, it is working. So I shouldn't be worried about that. And I probably had too much to drink. And I don't know if you're finding this interesting or not, but I love doing this stuff. So there you go. All right, we're at 62 people, 73 likes. All right. So Funky Chimp Z is saying, Chimps, keep it up, man. Views will grow. I was just looking around for the G14, and this live is really helpful. And that's the key right there. You're the reason. That kind of mentality is why I keep going, because you're finding value. I'm giving you value. And if this is fine, if this gives you the value, if my videos give you value, then it's working. And as long as it's even one person, and by the way, I get plenty of comments a day saying, thank you, you helped me make a decision, a purchase decision. If it wasn't for you, good or bad, I guess. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten this. And that means that it's working from that standpoint, that I did my job, right? So may not have the millions of views every video, or may not have millions of subscribers, but at least I come through with my goal, right? To get you the information you need. And again, I would say 88% of the views on my channel are search, all right? Or people that are not subscribed to the channel, I should say. And there you go. Have you done a review of the new MacBooks? Yeah, I did. Not very popular on my channel. I did the M1 Pro 16-inch a couple of months ago, and I think I got it 7,000 views total. So not very popular on my channel. And there you go. This is a good example. Federico bought the Legion 5 Pro thanks to my video, I guess. So I appreciate that, man. Remember when you started this channel, how the world situation was quite different then, how things have changed? Absolutely. You know, when I first started my channel, you know, it was a very different time. I would get like 100,000 views, like not right away, but it took me time. But I would get videos easily 150, 200,000 views like nothing. I mean, it was a very different algorithm. The world was very different. Now with the virus and now wars going on and the craziness, politics and everything, it's just been nuts. And it's affected people's viewing habits. It's affected people's priorities. People got to put food on the table, let alone put a $3,000 laptop for them to buy. They need to put food on the table. And that's, you know, they're paying $6 a gallon of gas, which is not right. So I'm not an LA Rams fan. I'm actually thinking I'm from New York, so I'm a New York Giants fan. Digital Slang and I had a good conversation about that over at Topgolf here in Las Vegas. YouTube does it to channels that put links in the description and a lot of other things that do with search SEO. So the algorithm has gotten a lot more complicated over the 5+ years or 6 years I've been doing this. Very, very different than when I first started. When I first started, I always like to say this, I got in the tail end of the golden years, right? So I got in at late 2015, early 2016, which was at the tail end of the great times on YouTube where you could make videos and it would go viral, right? So it was very, very easy. Not easy, but it was you had a lot more opportunity. There are more people now on YouTube doing what I'm doing. It's a lot harder to gain views than it was before. It's a lot more complicated. And I'm still doing it. I'm still very successful at it. But it just doesn't grow as fast as it used to as a result. But I keep doing what I'm doing. I keep my formula the way it is. And I try to change things here and there. But for the most part, I keep all the videos pretty much the same format. And it seems to work. Yeah, you know that. Big Blue, right? Big Blue. All right. They've been giving us nothing but sorrow for the last many, many years. Great work. 1:15 a.m. watching you live. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to stay up this late. Football season is over. Good to see you doing live again. Yeah, football is over. It's been over for the Giants for quite some time, to be honest. Very difficult to get those views. I agree, Digital Slang. It is very difficult. And even for a channel my size, which is I don't know what you consider it, small, medium, or whatever. it is hard. Even with 100,000 plus, it is hard to get views. And again, like I said, subscriber count is just a vanity number at this point. It does help with getting brand deals and stuff like that. But as far as views, it makes no difference if you have 1,000 subscribers or 100,000 or 1,000,000. It still has to be engaging content. It still has to resonate with your viewers if they're going to serve it to most of the regular viewers, not even subscribers, your regular viewers. And that is the difference that they used to be 5 years ago, for instance. You need to get videos now that YouTube can translate the titles. Yeah, I got to start doing more subtitles. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, Revolt, on that. Watch time is what brings the revenue. And that's the key, right, Digital Slang? So if you're getting the watch time, if I'm engaging you and you're watching longer, the more money I'm able to make. Wasn't CES a waste of this year? No, I actually think a lot of great stuff was announced this year, just wasn't in Las Vegas because of the pandemic. I flew to New York to meet with Dell. I flew back to New York to meet with Lenovo twice. This year, a lot of great stuff. And I've said this and I'll say it again. This is the year of the laptop. We're going to see the PC take prominence here. Love what I'm seeing with this Ryzen 6000. Love what I'm seeing with the Alder Lake 12th gen from what I'm hearing and what the hands-on time I've gotten so far. Looking good so far. I think you're getting low on fuel. I have a gin tonic here. I got to take it easy. I still got to get to the movies tonight to see the Batman with my family, so I can't be too wasted. Which actually does not hurt COVID. I mean, SEO, left. So COVID, listen, COVID played a big part in the channel's growth. In 2020, everybody was at home, got me over 100,000 subscribers, right? But then it hurt the next year. So it's just a matter of, perspective. Growth is growth, whether it's as fast as it used to be, or the slower growth I've seen the last few months. That's fine. I see other channels that are not growing, actually. They're actually losing viewership. That's not the case here. So I'm very fortunate to be able to do what I'm doing. I haven't reviewed that. Hopefully they'll send me that. We can talk more about that. Price, final for a laptop. This one is $1,650, if that's what you're asking. This one is $1,650. I think worth it. It's looking good so far. Again, of course, I have to do my full review, but it's looking good so far. So really, really liking it. Hey man, keep it up. New to the channel. It's 2:17 a.m. up all the way here in Nigeria. Just give it up for Nigeria for checking out the channel tonight, checking out the live stream. I really appreciate that, man. Asmedi Edugan. All right, hope I didn't butcher your name. Asus G14, I don't know the price. It'd have to go to Asus to find out. They want to push 11th gen out first. Yeah, well, we're going to be starting to see more of these Alder Lake coming in. MWC was pretty okay from what I saw. Yeah, MWC was very good. I was supposed to go to Barcelona, by the way, but because Lenovo was in New York and these other things that I saw were not in Barcelona, they were staying stateside, I decided it wasn't really worth it, although I would have loved to see some of my colleagues over across the pond. I would have loved to have seen them. I know Adam Matlock over at Tech Odyssey. He met with Tech Tablets. Chris, which is a good friend of mine. Love those guys. They got together. Would have loved to have, maybe hopefully next year we'll go to Barcelona. That would be a goal next year, that's for sure. Planning on it. We'll see what happens next year. Wait for a sale or pick it up as an open box. One can save several $100s. Absolutely. Big proponent of open box, especially like Best Buy or even Amazon to some extent. You can always return it if there's any problem. Good, generous return policy. Love from India. Good to see everybody from India. I don't know what time it is there. Do you like the finger scanner for unlock or face recognition? Depends. I like having IR cameras. This one, by the way, does have an IR camera, so you can log in with Windows Hello. This one has actually worked out pretty well. Again, this is the first time they're going with a camera. Last year's model and the years prior to that, no camera on that. But of course, this day and age, you have to have a camera. It's a must-have. What is the best color for the laptop, black or white? Now, black looks great if you can keep it clean, free of fingerprints. And that's always been the issue with a dark color black laptop. White is a lot easier, although that also has its own issues. But silver seems to be the middle ground where you just see the least amount of fingerprints. I'm a big stickler of having no fingerprints. So one of the issues I have with the ThinkPads is that they do collect a lot of fingerprints. They've gotten better over the last few generations, but still, you know, black laptop's going to show fingerprints, especially in the touchpad, especially on the lid. That's just one of my pet peeves. So whether black or white, you know, white will show less. Although, again, you have the issue with the keys, white on white, seeing the backlight and so forth. There you go. 6:52 a.m. India. I hope everybody's having a good morning. 68 of you watching. All right. Does this have a privacy shutter? It does not. I didn't see any privacy shutter on this laptop. So there's nothing on the sides. So I didn't see anything as far as a privacy shutter. Again, these are not business laptops that really require that, but it would have been nice to have one. I've talked about the privacy display revolt in other live streams, other videos. I did the HP Spectre X360 with the, or was it the Envy, I'm sorry, with the privacy display a couple of months back. Check it out. It got about 15,000 views. Most gaming laptops, according to William, do not have touchscreen capability. Not a big deal, but it might be for some people. Yeah, I agree. I like having touchscreens as a matter of convenience. It's not a must-have, but I always like when it does have. For instance, the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim Carbon, I'm sorry, the iPad Slim 7 Carbon with that OLED has a nice touch display. Again, it's a nice little feature to have that might differentiate it between that and, say, something else, right? So it's nice to have, being able to use your finger to navigate. When is the live stream for the Lenovo Z16? Listen, once I get one into the studio, I'm going to do not only videos, but I'll do live streams on it. You can guarantee that. Definitely interested in that. Those two new ones, the 13 and the 16 that I saw back at CES for Lenovo. That's been pretty good. Now, we got over 200 votes in the chat, the poll. Do you want to see more gaming laptops on the channel? 87% said yes, 13% said no. So overwhelmingly, yes, in terms of seeing more gaming laptops. So again, I've been reached out to by different brands to check out their gaming laptops. I've been tempered in giving you those just because I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to gauge what you want to see, but I definitely will start doing more. That's for sure. Very, very happy with this so far. How is the battery life on light use like web browsing, YouTube? I can tell you this, and I spoke about this earlier, my dog's barking. I can tell you this. I had no issues. I got 12 hours and 2 minutes on my continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi. We could translate that to mixed use, mixed real-world usage, 7 to 8 hours. That's, by the way, with 120 hertz refresh rate selected. If you go to 60 hertz, maybe another hour to 2 hours, depending on what you're doing. So the lower the refresh rate, the less battery life hit you'll take. Gaming, I don't see more than 2 hours, probably anywhere from 1 to 2 hours so far I'm seeing. So that'll give you an idea of battery life. We'll talk more about it in the full review. That's going to drop in the next couple of days. Let me finish my testing. There's some comments I can't get to, people, questions. It's just too many right now. 120 hertz, 1440p OLED would be my sweet spot. So 120 hertz, 1440p is what we have here. Yeah, this might be the sweet spot for a lot of people. Gorgeous matte display, 14 inches, 2560 by 1600, 16 to 10, 180 degrees. You can float the flat as you see here. Very sturdy hinges, very little screen wobble. Very, very impressive. Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2. No issues so far. Good connections, good range on both. I've had no issues. So performance of the Wi-Fi has been pretty good. What is the best Windows laptop for temperature in terms of battery life in the market right now? Oh, there's so many. I'd have to start thinking about a little bit. We've gone through my channel with some really laptops with really good battery life. Too many to list here, but we might have to do a chart or something. Stay tuned. Let's see. Yeah, I know. The Dragonfly's coming. HP announced it. We'll get it soon. Hopefully soon. I'll get a review unit. You can guarantee that it's got a new 3:2 aspect ratio. They've moved to a clamshell as opposed to the 360 in terms of the convertible. There's no longer offering that. Very interesting. We'll see. I should be getting one hopefully soon. What's the best budget laptop do you recommend with the RTX? You know, I loved what I saw so far. Not released yet. Coming in a couple of months, maybe a month or two. That new IdeaPad Gaming 3i 16-inch. That looked really interesting to me. It's got a nice display. High refresh rate. I think it was 144 hertz. It's got a nice GPU on that, 105 watt TGP, and it has 12th gen processors. I think it also can get it with an AMD on that. Again, I'll have more to talk about that when I do get a review unit into the studio. As far as that Dragonfly, can I review it? Yeah, of course. HP and I have a good relationship. They're going to send me a review unit. I will try to see it. I don't know which one they're going to send me. If it does have that newest gen privacy display, we'll talk about it, of course. We'll see. You know, a lot of new. Listen, this is going to be this. Like I said, laptops are going to be prominent this year. PCs are going to be prominent. Just have some patience. They're going to start filtering in. January and February were really slow on the channel, just simply because we're sort of in a holding pattern. We're waiting for all the new stuff. All right. Love your channel. Thanks for calling out the haters. Yeah, that was interesting, right? And I go, it certainly helps when you have this. It's been a pretty interesting live stream. Yeah, legend. Listen, Asus, you know, I talked to Asus. Hopefully they'll send it to me. We'll see. It's just simple as that. I can't afford to go out and buy these. Okay, so I did buy this one. This cost me what? $1,700, almost $1,800 with tax here in Nevada. $1,650 retail plus tax. So look, I love to get this stuff in. I am thoroughly enjoying my time with this so far. Worth every penny, in my opinion, yes. Looking good. Love this all AMD Radeon with the CPU, the Ryzen. It's really good. Love the display. Bright, sharp, matte display. Very, very good. Order a laptop from AliExpress. Yeah. I have. You can laugh all you want. I have. In fact, I have a tablet that you can get on AliExpress that Chewy sent me. Remember Chewy? CHUWI. I used to do a lot of Chewy laptops. They sent me a really nice tablet. So if you want to see more tablets right here, this is the Chewy HiPad LTE. I have the video almost done. It's got a 2K display. It's actually pretty nice. Sort of see it here. It's got a nice little keyboard. Listen, at $200, or I think it's less than 200. I think 300 with the keyboard or something like that. LTE, it's got 4G, and you can sort of see it here. Very, very nice as far as very nice. And I can tell you, I've been thoroughly enjoying it. It's got a nice metal finish here. This is all metal. Pretty good build quality for what you're getting here. And you can sort of see it here. You can see it there. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. But again, for that price, you can get a really nice, and little shows fingerprints, of course, but it's like a dark blue two-tone kind of finish. Really nice. Cameras aren't the greatest, of course, but it has a 16:10 aspect ratio. Pretty good. And it has a nice keyboard here. And I can sort of show it to you now. Why not? I'm going to do the video in a little bit, day or so. It's almost done. So this sticks magnetically to the back, and then you have one stop on the keyboard. It does have pen support, so you can see it here. So there's this one stop. And then the pen, it uses the Microsoft Pen Protocol. It's the same as a Surface Pen. You can sort of see it here, okay? And there it is. And then you can sort of use it, obviously, to take notes and then navigate through the OS. I'm left-handed, of course, but, you know, just get an idea of what it is, right? I think it's I want to say $200 just a tablet with the keyboard and pen. It might be $299 or $349, but very, very affordable. It works. I'm using it with the Project Fi, or Google Fi rather, SIM. So it's using T-Mobile, I believe, and it works pretty well. I have no issues, so I can take it everywhere. For that price, I mean, look, I have this. It's much more expensive, which is obviously this one, which is the S8 Plus right here. And this one costs over $1,000 with the keyboard and everything. This is a much more expensive proposition. And there you see it here. But of course, this is an OLED display. This is an OLED display, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Very reflective. Both of these are pretty reflective. It's very gorgeous. I'll have the full review on this very soon. So there you go. You don't like you don't like the kickstands. You know, it's just whatever. It's a trade-off, I guess. Oh, good to see you, Italio. Good to see you, my friend. Just tuned in. Samsung Galaxy Book Pro 2 360 looking good. I wonder what the prices will be of a full version ThinkPad Nano X1 Gen 2. Looking forward to it. I agree, Italio. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm going to get that into the studio of the new Galaxy Book 2 360. I'm not crazy about the fact that it's still a 16:9 aspect ratio, but everything else looks pretty good. And I'm going to have my full review of this. This is the S8 Plus. Tab S8 Plus, and then this is the Chewy HiPad Pro LTE. It's got a 2K IPS display, pretty nice all metal design, pretty good. How much you pay for the vodka? As much as $7 a gallon gas here. We need to drink to that. We need to drink to that. I don't know. My wife got this. I don't know. Whatever it costs. But I feel sorry for, listen, I have an electric car. We have two of them. We have one gas car, internal combustion engine. But I thank God with my Model S, and she has the Model 3, we're not getting killed. My mother-in-law is getting killed with her car, which uses gas. But this is just ridiculous. And, you know, leaving politics to the door, this is terrible. I don't know what Biden's doing. What is he doing? And with his smiling about it, this is nothing to smile about. This is a big travesty what's going on. Oh, 9 to 10 US dollars. Yeah, it's terrible. 350 in the mountains. That's not too bad, Keith. What the fuck? Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad situation. All right. So the live stream's doing okay. You just see how it's doing so far. All right, so I don't know how much longer we're going to go. Let's see, we're at 64 people watching, sorry. 85 likes, not too bad. It's still high. Yeah, it's still high everywhere. Again, I have electric cars, so thank God for that. But, you know, it's not easy to afford, you know, this kind of stuff. All right, I just wanted to check something. $50 to fill up your tank is a lot better than some other people, that's for sure. So the poll that I put into the chat at the beginning of the live stream, I asked, do you want to see more gaming laptops on the channel? 87% said yes. 13% said no. So the overwhelming majority is you want to see it. So that's good. All right. Good idea. Sharon S. says, cause of the war. It's not helping, that's for sure. 45 euros per tank. Wow. Yeah, I've had electric cars for the last almost 4 years. So, you know, of course, it costs more electricity, but nowhere near what the gas prices are. What is the price? With the price of gas going up, it is a tax on everyone, even the poor people he is trying to help. It makes no sense. No, so Biden, and again, I leave politics at the door. I don't care one way or the other between Trump or Biden. I don't care any. I just want to make sure they're doing the right thing. And they're not doing the right thing here. Let's be honest. This guy's dropped the ball. The truth is, I don't even know if he's fully aware of what's going on. I think it's the people around him that are dictating the policy and so forth. I think he's reading cue cards, to be honest. I don't think he's fully aware of his surroundings. And I'm not doing that to disparage him or anything. I'm just telling you what I think is going on here. It's obviously somebody's not doing what they're supposed to do. We shouldn't have prices this high with the oil we have in this country, whether it's the pipeline or whatever it is. I don't know. But the bottom line is we shouldn't have to pay close to $6 a gallon. He never had the ball. No, he didn't. No, he did not. And it's become obvious where we are. Now, when Trump, and I'm not a Trump supporter, I'm just letting you know right off the bat, I'm neither a Biden supporter either, but I can tell you when Trump, in November of 2020, gas was on average in the country $1.85. Why is it now close to $6 or whatever it is? That's just the facts. Somebody's not doing their job, okay? This is unacceptable. It shouldn't have to happen. It shouldn't be this way. Most U.S. crude oil goes to petroleum products. Maybe, I don't know. But there's no reason for the gas prices to be this high. I'm sorry. That's just unacceptable. And for the guy to smile about it, smug smile, what the fuck? I mean, come on. I understand he's out of it. He's, he's got his issues. Not a spring chicken, as they say. But come on. You're the president of the United States. Start acting like it, What do you think Russia was able to invade Ukraine? Because he saw what we did in Afghanistan with our tail between our legs, leaving like a bunch of whatever. Of course he's going to take advantage of the situation as far as Putin is concerned. He's going to take advantage. He saw what we did. We're weak. We're weak right now. And if we're weak, this is the After Dark show. With a weak United States, of course Putin's going to do whatever he wants. So, yes, I'm dropping the F-bombs. So what do you think? We left with our tail between our legs in Afghanistan. How did that look? With a haphazard plan, with no forethought, forward thinking as far as what the future might hold. We just decided to leave? Come on. And don't tell me they didn't know this was coming. Come on, this is ridiculous. When you have a fool running the country, that's what you can expect. It's not, listen, no offense to Biden. The guy's obviously he's not all there. I don't think he has his full capacity. Let's be honest. He can hardly speak. He's speaking on cue cards, and his handlers are pretty much telling him what to do. So we have a big problem here. I don't know what's the solution. Our vice president, unfortunately, has not done a good job either. So I don't know where we go from here. This is very sad, and no wonder Russia, Putin, knew what he can do because we're so weak. He knew NATO wasn't going to do anything. And they go, I know, I'm in the U.S. all the time. Wars are never to be won. It's about defense contracts. All I know is it's $6 a gallon. This guy's smiling. There's a problem. Okay? There's a problem. That's all I know. Yeah, he's got a bunch of caretakers. Let's be honest. He's up there in age. I don't know if he's fully aware of the situation. I know everything is very laid out and very scripted for him. I know for a fact about this, without getting into the details. But his handlers, and that's what they are, they're a bunch of handlers, are telling him what to do. And to be honest, they're not doing a good job of it because the policy's wrong. It's not working. We see it at the gas pump. We see it in the grocery stores. Double prices on stuff, normal everyday products. Inflation is at a 40-year all-time high. I mean, I'm not getting into politics. This is a reality. This is where we are right now. And this is unacceptable. Yeah. $7 a gallon. This presidency is not working. Sorry. We left Afghanistan with our tail between our legs. He shut off the pipeline, right? And now he's $7 and he's laughing. He thinks everything's great. There's a problem in this country. Okay, so let's get back to this. Dell XPS or the MacBook Pro 16 2020 in terms of the screen. I like the Dell XPS 15 OLED 3.5K personally, but there's a beautiful MacBook display, of course. We've gone over it numerous times. $10 a gallon, then we'll have anarchy if we don't already have it by now. Trump was and the most honest president has ever seen. I'm not going to say, first of all, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Biden supporter. I don't care. I don't give a fucking rat's ass about either one of them. All I know is what I see, right? I go to the supermarket. I'm paying double the price I used to pay for an item, whatever it is. I don't go to the gas station because I do have an electric car, but I'm noticing when I'm driving by the gas stations, obscene amounts of money per gallon. What the fuck is going on? Who the fuck is in control here? And don't tell me we don't have oil and reserves. We have plenty. But for some reason, he's letting this happen. His handlers, whoever, I don't think it's him because I don't think he has the capacity to understand. So there you go. Imagine we have 3 more years of him. I don't want to think about it. He's done a terrible job the first year or so. Yeah, I have a future in the politics. He's a piece of what? Look, I'm not disparaging him. I just don't think he knows what's going on. It's like a child. They don't really know. I mean, they don't have the full capacity. You should have a show on politics. Maybe the second channel, I can make that into something. Trump. Listen, I'm not saying Trump is any better, but I'm just going with the facts. It was a lot better than it is now. Not that I'm a Trump supporter, but I can tell you the economy was a lot better. What the fuck did this guy do? Is my question. And how the hell did we leave Afghanistan like that? Of course Russia's going to invade when he sees we're so weak. We have a weak president. Of course he's going to invade. I'm just going with the facts. In November of 2020, the average gas price was $1.85 nationally. Now it's what, $6? You got to be fucking kidding me. Come on. COVID, besides the COVID, let's put COVID to the side. That didn't help. But there is no reason for the gas price right now to be, and how did we get to this point, right? He demonstrated we're a very weak nation. The economy's in shambles. He allows, we withdraw from Afghanistan without any plan. We leave with our tails between our legs, and then Russia sees an opportunity. North Korea is now firing missiles everywhere, testing missiles. What do you think they're seeing? China's doing all kinds of stuff to Taiwan. Of course he's going to be doing it. Trump knew gas was important. Biden is clueless. Yeah, look, I'm not disparaging him. I don't think he understands what's going on. That's the reality. His handlers have no clue. So that's where we are. The thing with Trump, whether you like him or not, he was an unknown quantity. He was very unpredictable. And that was a good thing because you don't know how crazy he can get. That's why nobody did anything crazy, because you didn't know what his response was going to be. Here, they knew we have a weak president who doesn't have all his marbles. Of course, they're going to do whatever they want to do. Yeah, it's a good time to invade the Ukraine. This is a great time. We have a weak president. Of course he's going to do it. That's what happened. And all these innocent people are dying for no reason. I think in 3 years, 5%, 7% of the people are going to vote Republican. I don't care. I'm independent, so I don't give a fuck. The truth is, I look at what's the prices I'm paying, how's the economy, the gas pump. That's proof is in the pudding. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see where the economy is. And this guy's smiling. Please, don't give me a fucking smile. Fix this fucking problem. There you go. Voting Trump over Biden. Like, I don't care for Trump either, to be honest with you, but it's a lot better than what I'm seeing. This is not good. Crime. First of all, here's the other thing. I'm from New York, and I went 3 times to New York City, my hometown, in the last 2 months. One for Dell, twice for Lenovo and other things. And what I noticed in New York City, maybe this is a microcosm, or maybe this is an indicator of a more bigger picture. I never saw as many homeless as I did since I was a kid, growing up in New York City. I never saw so many high-end stores closed. I never saw so many restaurants empty. I never saw so many hotels abandoned. I mean, not full. The hotel I stayed in, which would normally be hundreds and hundreds of dollars per night, $400 or $500 a night, was less than $100. You tell me, and that's in Nomad. That's in north of Madison Avenue, 28th and Broadway. That's prime real estate. When is New York City that cheap? Okay? People are leaving in droves. What the hell happened? So The problem is we have two political parties. One utterly stinks and the other one is worse. Take your pick. I just didn't think it was going to be this bad, to be honest, after Trump. This is just awful. You know, we're like a ship without a captain. You're being too generous. The Great Reset, only it's not great for us. No, it's not. And the everyday people like you and I who struggle, you know, to try to put food on our tables, so we work hard. I have a full-time job, and of course I have this channel. I'll be admitted, I'm in a lot better position than most, or some, I should say. But it's still, I work my ass off. I get no benefits. I get nothing. I pay a lot of taxes, but I get no benefits. I don't get health insurance. I don't get any stimulus help from the government. Yeah, this turned into, I'm sorry, people. This is what happens when you drink on the After Dark show. But you got me started here. So we should have a politics show, right? And that's why probably people are tuning out. Actually, there's more people now than before. I'm just glad you're not woke. Oh, please don't start with that. Don't start with that shit. Woke my ass. The country's gone sideways. I don't know what happened. I honestly, I don't know what happened. And I don't know what happened. The women became the men became the women. I don't know. Can't say anything, can't do anything, can't do it. You just got to stay quiet. There you go. You might get more views, I guess. I don't know. I love my tech, and that's the only thing that, you know, I care about on the channel. But it is something we can't ignore because it affects our everyday life. It affects our channel, believe it or not, because you can't afford to buy this stuff. $1,000 tablet, a $300 tablet even, $3,000 laptops in here or whatever, you know, all the stuff. I used to line my floor with computers and so forth, but people can't buy them. They can watch the video and they can dream. Some people could dream about this stuff that I take for granted maybe, but when you got it, when a price of milk is double or the price of orange juice or whatever in the supermarket is double than what it used to be, and nobody's doing anything about it, then that's the problem, right? White on silver keyboards is a bigger problem, as I mentioned, because they are hard to differentiate, getting back to what we were talking about. Right, Carrie? You don't want to hear the politics. I get it. Most realistic channel. Yeah. All right, people. Where are we? We're at almost 2 hours, hour and 50 minutes. Where did the time go? Well, I think we're going to call it a live stream. It was a pretty good one, but we got a little bit off on a tangent at the end here, but why not? It's life. It's real life, and we got a little bit drunk tonight. I want to thank Robert, by the way, for that $200 super chat. Charles W. with the $20 super chat. Those really help out, especially after that trying February that we had. So Keith Benjamin had to loan his uncle $3,000, has $1 million in property value. He's property rich, but cash poor, like a lot of Americans. I love him, but do anything for him. And that's a very nice thing to do, Keith. You certainly do it. Enjoy the movie. Yeah, I'm going to go see Batman. The Batman. Hopefully it's good. Yeah, live and authentic, J.A. Garcia. Thanks for stopping by. I want to thank everybody, the moderators, for doing a fantastic job. All the people that commented and ask questions. I'll have more on this Asus Zephyrus G14 coming in the next day or two. I have a lot of stuff, more stuff coming. Alder Lake stuff is coming. Just be patient, it's coming. And we'll have more to talk about. Hopefully not politics, but who knows? Maybe I have a future in politics. You never know. Anyway, I'll see everybody in the next video. So until then, bye-bye, everybody, and have a great week upcoming, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.